Hello, hello, hello. Let's quickly check in with the chapters 3 to 5 of the 10,000 Doors of January, where our plucky heroine, for she is plucky, or will soon to be plucky heroine, um, is, where are we at? She's got her maid, her nanny Jane has been hired by her father, who has now been declared dead, in the course of his camp has been deserted, and she has been sort of taken, well, she'd already been taken control of by Mr. Locke, and we're getting more of these stories coming from the novel within the novel. Well, what she says is a novel, but which is probably almost certainly a reportage by, if not her father, somebody very much close to her father and her mother. Yeah, it's interesting whether this is biologically the guy who she thinks biologically is her father. I think it is. Does that mean he's the narrator of the book? It could be. He just wouldn't have the accent in the book. We're getting a tale of Adelaide, as she, her mother, kind of going out on her own, searching, exploring, being an intrepid explorer all over the world, seeing many doors, all these traveling indoors, going into this haunted house, emerging 7 days later, her clothes in tatters, wrapped in a strange feathered robe. It's like, yes, she's obviously been in other worlds. It's very much more of a tell, not show kind of sections of the book, which is a little bit. It's good for mystery, because obviously we're getting it from her father's point of view, talking about a mother who he didn't get to see all this stuff firsthand, because this is her searching for her father. The end result being hooking up with the father, and then having January. At the same time, Mr. Locke has decided to offer her membership in this secret society of his, which has got as one of its members the highly racist plantation owner, Mr. Halsram, I think it was, who is a brute, a racist, a sexist, misogynist pig plantation owner. And she makes the mistake of telling them off and saying, she's like, I've been through doors and stuff like that. And instead of saying that she's crazy or stuff like that, Hallstrom's like, why does she know this stuff? She shouldn't know this stuff. This is, she's got to be kept quiet and stuff like that. So they grab her, they kill Bad. Sinbad seems to be the case. They throw a coat, Tufts throw a coat over him, tackle him to the ground, hustle her off to a room, and then stomp the dog to death. That seems to be the case, which is just like, I really didn't need that in a novel, but that is indeed, how you show baddies as baddies. And she is getting bundled off to an insane asylum. Now, the thing with this book is, I guess I could be the guy. Look, it's the kind of book where we have a very plucky heroine woman, young woman, who, has got contemporary views and has got like, I want adventure, and I want to do all kind of cool stuff all over the world. And, it's kind of a contemporary heroine in kind of dressed up in olden times, getting to kick against more historically accurate social mores of the time, but the heroine gets to be contemporary, which, I mean, it's a fantasy, so I guess I shouldn't be getting into stuff. It's just it's in some ways it's like kind of I've seen this before. I've done this before. I mean, I guess this could be like Anne of Green Gables. I need to do my research of like, was Anne of Green Gables this plucky and this genre defying? And but I would think even like, you know, that it might be a little bit. Yeah, I'm probably kind of. I'm just going to let that go. I'm just going to let that go, and we're going to have a plucky adventure. There's going to be romance. Samuel, the lower class boy, because you know, that's the other thing of contemporary thing of like much more class conscience. We're going to have people of color get to be the heroes and not the villains, which is what they often were when written in stories of this in the contemporary period, because they're all racist back then. This is from having read various things of Edgar Rice Burroughs or Edwin Lester Arnold or Gustavus W. Pope. It's like in all those stories, the white guys were the heroes. In these ones, people of color get to be heroes. Women get to be heroes. Lower class guys get to be heroes. And it's like, it's the corrective. But it's like, okay, well, the pendulum has swung all the way. It's going to swing that way. Sometimes it feels like, we're not getting surprises. I want to be surprised in a novel. I want to be delighted and surprised, and that maybe not giving me the surprise, but still, I'm enjoying the book. We're now getting the prototypical. I'm a difficult young woman, thus I'm getting sent to a madhouse plot, which I'm used to. She's going to escape pretty shortly because she can freaking open doors for herself, and Samuel has brought the book for her to be able to write in and to get herself out, which is awesome. And we're going to get a little bit more of the mother's story in this 10,000 Doors, which is the little battered leather book that Samuel has brought to her, but is also going to be her ticket to open doors and get out. And what better metaphor for a young woman in these times, so horribly trapped. I always think of like the Yellow Wallpaper from Gilman, that that whole thing of being trapped in a madhouse and there being no escape for a woman actually in those times. But this is a fantasy novel where, yes, there's 10,000 doors to get out, which is wonderful in a way. All right, I will leave it there. More videos later.